So does the Blackout game mode really suck? Welcome YouTube and my beasts, I'm Big D and this is my review of the Blackout beta at week 1. These are my opinions and hopefully if Treyarch and Activision ever see this, it'll be looked upon as constructive criticism, but I have played around about 6 to 8 hours so far of the beta and my first impressions were good. I came fourth on my first game, but I think that was just down to everyone being a noob. But let's get into what I like about this game mode and then talk about what I dislike, or how I kind of put it is what I hope they will change in the future. So first off guys, let's go to point 1, and that is the size of the map. I think the size of the map is very good, and some of the members of our community were a little bit worried about that, but now I've played the game and I can now say and reassure those who haven't taken part of the beta, you don't have to worry. It's a nice size map, you can get around it fairly easy with or without vehicles. And I've only really found myself in the storm a few times, and if you do find yourself in the storm you can get out, so it's not much of a problem guys, as long as you have medikits and bandages and stuff like that. My next good point, number 2, they've added a good mix of what we love of the multiplayer side of the franchise, and you know, it's given it a little bit of a twist and added the battle royale mechanics in there, so I think it all works very well. For example, you still have the power slide in there, you still have the specialist weapons like the grappling gun that Ruin uses. I have been killed so many times guys with people using that attachment. I don't know why I'm not using it myself, but that is a very good point guys. We are getting a good mix of multiplayer as well as battle royale stuff in there. Point 3, I love the pop-up quick menu. The menu where you actually just push down, everything will pop up, it will show you exactly what you are carrying. You can literally attach things onto guns instead of having to go into a bigger option menu. I do like this totally, it's a very good thing. Maybe there needs to be a couple of adjustments in there, but for the better part of it, the quick menu really does work well, and if you think that, let me know in the comments down below. Point number 4, I love the vehicles, mainly the quad bike and the truck that definitely come in clutch sometimes. The helicopter I've only used once or twice, but it is cool. The one thing that I don't think is worth it is the boat. We haven't got much of a river really, it's only literally down the center of the map. Sometimes the storm doesn't always land over the water, so it doesn't really benefit us guys, but all in all, the vehicles are very good. It doesn't hinder the experience of the game at all. Point 5, 88 players as it stands so far, which I think is awesome. We did I think a few months ago think that there was only going to be 60 people on the map, and I think if there was only 60 people we may be in a little bit of a trouble, but the 60 people was a bit of a rumour and we didn't really know what was going to happen, but they did tell us, Treyarch and Activision, that there was going to be 80 before the beta started, but they pushed that up to 88, and I do think that they'll try maybe next week to actually bump that up a little bit more when Xbox and PC users come onto this as well. This does fall into one of my bad points as well, which I will go on to in a minute, but all in all I was pleasantly surprised with 88 players. Point number 6, and it's only a small one, and that is there's been no lag at all on the gameplay. I have only glitched in literally the pre-game lobby once and in-game once, so all in all I would say well done to Treyarch for a smooth week 1 on this beta, because literally there has been no lag at all, just a couple glitches, but for a game mode which has never ever been used before, never experienced before, it's been absolutely fantastic guys. So Big D, is there any more good points on the good point list? And unfortunately guys, I don't have any more. I'm going to have to move on to my dislikes, or like I said at the very beginning of this video, the things I would like Treyarch to change. So let's go back to the good point, which was number 5, where I mentioned that there is 88 players on the map. Now this is basically specifically to solos. I find that if you land outside the points of interest and you don't tend to go to places like Turbine or Nuketown and you go to the outhouses around the map, you don't get to see anyone really until you get closer to the storm as it goes into the center. You don't really get to see anyone, so if they can push it up to 100, this mode will definitely benefit from that, and hopefully next week that's exactly what we'll be seeing. So for number 2 on my dislike list, or things I would like them to change, is the fact that you have to pick up ammo and medkits and other attachments and things like that. I find it so frustrating sometimes. You're literally bashing and really bashing on that square button to really pick them up. As you can see sometimes on screen, I'm trying to literally push the button and it just isn't working. So I think an auto pickup for ammo and medkits and bandages would definitely come in clutch. Maybe not for the weapons or for the attachments, because you want to be able to go through some of the things that you want to put on your gun, but for all the bandages and ammo and medkits, I think this would be absolutely fantastic. Even if your inventory gets full up very quickly, and even if you carry a backpack that increases your inventory, my answer would be I would rather get a full inventory and backpack than have to push a button every single time I have to try and pick something up. I'd rather push one button to drop things than to pick them up. I don't know if you guys feel the same about that, so let me know in the comments below if you feel that auto pickup would be an absolute godsend and a better option. Dislike point number 3 is the guns. I don't know about you guys, but I found that they are not very consistent. Even when you start adding attachments to them, I found that they're not acting like their multiplayer counterparts at all. I think, to be honest with you, I would rather have a coloured system, kind of like Fortnite, where let's say for instance red is the base weapon, all the way up to the gold, which we do have in the game already, which comes with fully attached attachments, but maybe we can have some kind of colour system instead of how to craft your own gun. Maybe a lot of people like doing that, but I just think sometimes your attachments may not be working good enough, because I've come up against people and they've just literally dropped me within seconds, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, I've got pretty much a whole loadout, even had a golden gun, guys, and I got picked off almost straight away with someone running around with a crappy SMG. It just didn't make sense at all to me. So dislike number 3 is the guns, unfortunately. Dislike point number 4 is the graphics. I don't know what Treyarch have been doing for 3 years, but even though we are in the beta, and Vanderhei has come out today and said that basically Black Ops was never going to have a campaign and never did, I do believe that he's talking absolute BS. I don't think that this game is fully polished at all, especially with the graphics on this mode. I think the multiplayer was so much better in the graphics wise things. Apparently it's not running at a full 720 either on the base version of the PlayStation. It's running a little bit higher on the Pro, but I can't be 100% on that. It is a bit of a rumour, and I have heard that from a few other YouTubers already at the moment. But as soon as I find out, guys, I will let you know. But the graphics is my gripe, point number 4. Number 5, the map. Now when I say the map, it doesn't mean the actual size of the map, it's the map's map, where you can actually look at where you want to land. It looks like it's a Mega Drive game. It looks like something out of Desert Strike. Who remembers that on the Mega Drive? That was absolutely awesome. But I think they can improve on this, and if you are watching this, please sort out your graphics. It does need to change a little bit. Dislike number 6. The winning screen. It is so disappointing, even though I've seen it on gameplay, because I haven't won yet. I've watched my squad's members, they've won the other day because I died, but there's no real payoff from the end screen. There's no music, there's no, like, I don't know, celebrations and that. Maybe I'm used to Fortnite, but I don't know. I've not played PUBG or H1Z1, so I don't know how they actually end, but I do think the end screen does need a little bit of something. It needs a little bit of a panache. It needs something that we can be excited for and literally drive to actually get. Now this next point has already been addressed by Treyarch, but I just want to put it in the list because it has been absolutely ridiculous. So dislike point number 7 is the armor. Vanderhei has actually said that there are changes coming very soon, but this issue it really does need to be looked into, because we had the same type of thing in the multiplayer, where the armor was really causing a lot of problems. So if you have, like, say, level 3 armor on this Blackout mode, and you use the trauma kit, which gives you 200 health, your health is absolutely crazy. You're running around like a juggernaut. You can't be bloody killed. And I just wish that this whole game wasn't built around the armor. It definitely has been built around the armor, but hopefully hopefully they'll drop it down to say only you get level 1 and level 2. Maybe that will help this game out, but I do not like the armor at all. So this, like, point number 7 needs to be changed, guys, and that is number 7. Dislike number 8 is how you fall out of the helicopter. In my mind, it just seems very clunky, very slow. I think we've been spoiled by other Battle Royale games, and I'm not saying that Fortnite can be compared to this, but you do fall out the battle bus so much quicker, so much easier. This just seems very clunky, and especially when you open up your parachute, trying to move left or right just doesn't work very well, and it's not very quick. So if you needed to change direction or try and get somewhere on the map where you're falling, it just doesn't very help very much at all. So hopefully Treyarch can hopefully change this in the future, and we can get going onto this map a little bit better. Number 9 has to be the sound effects the helicopters make. When they come onto the screen and the backs of their helicopter open up so that all of us can jump out of it, it just sounds so dreadful. I do not know, whoever is in charge of this section of the game, you need to change this as soon as possible. Please, Treyarch, please listen to me. It does not sound good at all. So that is point number 9. And lastly, guys, we're going to have a look at the lobby screen. I think this needs revamping. It just needs to be, I don't know, it needs to be a little bit uplifting. It's so dull compared to what the map looks like. So maybe they need to have an up close version of your character. I'd rather see that like it was in Black Ops 3. But take that into consideration, that screen we just saw, the lobby. I do not understand why we end up going into another screen where we're all on the map, we're all literally doing nothing apart from trying to punch each other in the face and stuff like that. I'd rather sit in a lobby picture just like that than to go into somewhere where you can't actually do anything apart from that. It would be better just to have a countdown and next thing you are on the helicopter. I think that is a much better idea. So that's my last point really, guys, about Black Ops Blackout. I think it's going to be a good game mode. I just hope that they can change some things so it actually makes it better, because I don't want another Call of Duty, another year of just sitting around hoping that the game will be good. Because World War II, it came out, we thought it was going to be so much better than what it was, and it took Sledgehammer, unfortunately, to lose 2 of the directors to actually get it right, because they were not listening to the community. Treyarch does listen, I've got to give them that. So I'm hoping that after this beta, with all the information that they're going to have at hand with YouTube videos and other people who work with them, they can actually make a very good game. And hopefully the Battle Royale, which we are playing at the moment, will and hopefully get better with time. The multiplayer I'm looking forward to very much. I enjoyed the 2 weeks of the beta that we had. I hope you guys are too. But that's it basically, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully I haven't infuriated anyone. Maybe you feel exactly the same as I do. If you do, or you have any other points of view that I've missed, please let me know in the comments down below. It'd be great to talk to you. Maybe have a little conversation about how you're feeling about the Blackout beta. But thank you so much for watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on as well, so you never miss another video from my channel. But before we go, you are probably wondering, does this game mode suck like Maggie's the pacifier or dummy, depending on where you come from? And the answer is no, it doesn't, but it does need work. You guys are awesome as always. Keep on beasting, guys, and I'll see you soon on another video.